I'm Kasim Hassan Ali, and these are the stories making headlines. A bill seeking to shift the election date from August to December has been lost. This is after MPs failed to raise the required two-thirds majority requirement to pass the constitutional amendment. There were only 216 MPs in the chamber, 17 shy of the 233 required to put the matter to vote. The failure to pass the constitutional amendment means that the next general election will be held on the second Tuesday of August of each 5-year election cycle. The bill, which was sponsored by the Ugenya MP David Ochieng, has received support during the debate stage, with MPs citing the August poll will interfere with the budget cycle, the national examination calendar and peak tourism season. Details are now emerging over how the national carrier Kenya Airways lost over $300 million in an offer to purchase aircrafts. They were brought under the Mawingu project, which was now been rendered redundant. During an appearance before Parliament's Transport and Infrastructure Committee and the Senate Committee on Kenya Airways Inquiry, acting Transport CS James Macharia said the airline was now making fresh attempts to sell off at least 4 aircraft, which were now grounded. The government says it will be seeking to be enjoined in an appeal in the ICC case against Deputy President William Ruto. Attorney General Githu Muigai says the trial chamber failed to honor the promise made to Africa that evidence of recanting witnesses would not be applied in current cases. The AG is further accusing the International Criminal Court of acting in bad faith and failing to honor agreements made during the Assembly of State Parties in 2013. During the 12th session of the Assembly of State Parties in November, Kenya and other states were convinced to support an amendment to allow application of Rule 68. They were promised that the rule, which allows use of evidence of recanting witnesses, would not be applied in the ongoing cases. On the contrary, last Friday, Trial Chamber 4A allowed the prosecution to use statement of 5 witnesses who had recanted the evidence in the case against Ruto and Sang. And in business, the Chinese ambassador to Kenya, Liu Xianfa, paid Capital Group chairman Chris Kirubi a courtesy call on Tuesday. Liu noted that there was need for local private sector to play a key role in assisting Chinese investors easily settle and do business in Kenya. On his part, Dr. Kirubi noted that even as Chinese and other foreign investors seek to come to Kenya, there was need for the government to come up with a policy that will provide land for industrialists. He said if the issue of land is not solved soon, it will continue to remain a barrier to attracting investors in Kenya.
We know Kenya is a beautiful country. It's a rich country with many best things, but they should know more about this country.
The exchange has announced their 2015 half-year financial results. Total income increased to 401.1 million shillings from 353.2 million shillings, marking a growth of 14%. NSE CEO Godfrey Odundo said this was as a result of improved levies from the equity market and increased income from data vending and post-trading services.
Now, during the period, we've also had a number of good corporate actions, a number of good capital raising activities. We had a rights issue where we raised a total of 9 billion. We had treasury bonds. Government continued to raise money in our market, raising a total of 93 billion. On the corporate bonds, which has also been a very active side, we've seen about 4 new issues coming to the market, and we've raised about 23 billion. So we've raised about 126 billion. Now this.
And finally, in sports, Nicholas Bate made history by becoming the first Kenyan to win the men 400-meter hurdles at the World Champion. The African bronze medalist surprised many by crossing the line ahead of Russia's Denis Kudryavtsev and Bahrain's Jeffrey Gibson. Boniface Musheru finished 5th. And that has been our Capital Online TV news. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Capital FM Kenya. I've been your host, Kasim Hassan Ali.